Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we'll be comparing the Ford F-150 Tremor to the Raptor to see which route you should go. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Young Ford here in Ogden for giving me some time with both these trucks. Link to their website in the description down below. Link to my car buying guide as well. Let's get into it. Powering the Tremor is a twin-turbo 3.5-liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed, fuel economy 16 around town, 21 on the highway. Power outputs are 400 horsepower and then 500 pound-feet of torque. You can also get this with a 5-liter V8. Powering the Raptor is also a twin-turbo 3.5-liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed, fuel economy is 14 around town, 18 on the highway. Power outputs are 450 horsepower and then 510 pound-feet of torque. You can get this with a supercharged 5.2-liter V8, but it's a very expensive add. Now, before we move forward with this comparison, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now let's just focus on the key details of difference between the two trucks. The first thing you guys want to notice is the headlights on them. I don't know what it is, but they just don't give the Tremor fancy headlights, but the Raptor comes with those fancier headlights as standard. Of course, you can see with the Raptor, you've got the decals there, you've got that giant vent in the center, whereas the Tremor has these little vents down below. And then the bumper on the Tremor, you can get a more aggressive one, but this one comes with the less aggressive one. It does have skid plate protection. The Raptor, of course, all the bumpers on it are aggressive. There's two different ones. There's one that has like little cutouts on the 37 package and the R. But anyways, skid plate protection as well. And so you can also see the width difference with the trucks there. 35s on the Raptor, 33s on the Tremor. You can get the Raptor with 37s. They're both 17-inch wheel trucks. Big fender flares, again, wide body with the Raptor, whereas you got the standard body, no fender flares with the Tremor. They both have the same side steps. And then you'll note with the mirror height difference with the trucks. And then again with the wide body versus the standard body. Now the Raptor uses coils in the rear, whereas the Tremor still uses leaf springs. Now this is a tight parking lot, so it's kind of hard to show like a perfect side angle, but again, you can see the Tremor, aggressive off-road tire, standard body F-150. The Raptor, on the other hand, you can see with the wide body looks a lot crazier, especially with those 35s and everything. It does make a big difference in the giant Ford logo on the back versus just F-150 with the Tremor. Now when it comes to the interior of the Tremor, you guys can see with these seats, you can get leather seats in the Tremor as well. This is one nice thing, you can get the Tremor in a baseline format. Big digital gauge cluster, big infotainment system. Heated seats with this, you can get cooled seats in the Tremor. Now something that is a huge difference is right here. So no four-wheel drive auto with this. You do have a rear locking differential. You have to get the upgraded Tremor to get four-wheel drive auto. Just something important to note. But I do think it's cool that you can get the Tremor with this more baseline interior compared to the Raptor, because I mean this thing is less than $70,000. Loaded up Tremor is closer to $80,000, so it'd be the same price as like a baseline Raptor. And speaking of Raptor, look at the interior in this. Definitely looks a lot more premium. You get the cool Raptor steering wheel with the paddle shifters there on the back. Again, digital gauge cluster, big infotainment system, heated cooled seats, heated steering wheel, all of that. Four-wheel drive auto as standard, and just cool stitching throughout. You can get the Raptor with bucket type seats, but these ones are more than enough in my opinion in terms of just like the quality and all of that. And then love the trim across. But one downside with the Raptor is you can only get it loaded up. This Raptor sticker's for over $80,000. $80,000 is the starting price for Raptor now. So what this kind of looks like when you basically look at all the specs is the Tremor you can get for under $70,000 fully loaded. It's like 80 grand. That starts at $80,000 fully loaded with EcoBoost. You're over 90 grand. If you get the V8 version, you're well over $100,000. So the Raptor starts where the Tremor ends. F-150 Tremor, the poor man's Raptor, right? Or we can say the affordable Raptor. But cool truck. I really hope I have a chance to review one with this package in the 5.0 V8, because I think that's the coolest version of the Tremor. Because if you get a loaded up Tremor with a 5.0 V8, it's like you might as well just get a Raptor. Even though the Raptor can't be had with the 5.0 V8, it's like the price point's so close, it's like I'd rather have a Raptor at that point. But for more than $10,000 less than a Raptor, getting 5.0 V8, I think that's where it's cool. That's where the Tremor is definitely cool. But the 3.5 EcoBoost is a good engine too. It's got plenty of torque, and you guys will see that in just a moment. Just a beast of a powertrain in general. It's got good power, really good power. I don't think you can really say anything bad about this powertrain. And the truck is very comfortable. This is one thing I really like about new Ford F-150s. They're very luxe. Like the suspension going over bumps and everything, it's so nice. It's the most car-like truck that you can buy that's still body on frame. The most car-like truck that you can buy, period, is just like probably a Honda Ridgeline or a Ford Maverick. But in terms of body on frame, truck's solid rear axle, this thing takes the cake. And it has leaf springs too, which makes it all the more impressive that it drives this comfortably. And power band's smooth. Oh, little cat. Hey, little cat. It was black with, I don't know if you guys can see on the camera, but it was black with little like white mittens. It's one of the coolest looking cats if you ask me. Yeah, this is nice. Seats are comfortable. They're not as comfortable as the leather seats you can get in the upgraded Tremor, but again, I will more than put up with these seats for the saved $10,000+. No problem. The only downside with this version is the four-wheel drive auto, and I think that that's a huge missed opportunity with Ford, because Ram and Chevy both offer four-wheel drive auto on their lower of the line trucks, and Ford still doesn't. I don't know why. I think it's foolish, but 2-speed transfer case is still fine. It's just that it's super nice, especially in the rain, to have four-wheel drive auto so that you don't have to be in high range, but you can still get that little bit of extra grip. Because again, it's a truck, so you don't have a lot of weight over the bed. Just my 2 cents on that particular topic. But get one more acceleration here. It's solid. It's solid. So to sum things up with the Tremor, looks pretty cool. It's nice that Ford offers an off-road package, and again, it's quite a bit more affordable than a Raptor, which is a huge plus, especially a Shelby Baja Raptor. Those things ain't cheap at all. So, yeah, there's the Tremor. Raptor! Always fun to drive. I will say, I'm interested to see the future of the F-150 Raptor. Interested to see the future, because Ford makes so many different Raptors now. It's just kind of a different world. This 360 camera system helps out so much, especially with such a big pickup truck. It's nice to have. I think I'll just sneak through here, actually. I was gonna do like a full crank turn, but it'd be easier just to go through here. The Raptor's a big truck. When you drive this back-to-back with the Tremor, you feel the width instantly. It's a very substantial difference. Now when it comes to power, even though this has more horsepower, it's moving more tire. Now the Tremor doesn't have quite as aggressive of an axle ratio. This is a 410, the Tremor's a 3.73. So all things considered, this pretty much feels about as powerful as the Tremor with EcoBoost. It doesn't really feel any slower, it doesn't really feel any quicker either. It's just pretty much the same. So yeah, just kind of something to consider if you're a speed monster. But what is a big difference is this, I can't talk, the suspension. dampens quite a bit better. It's very noticeable. Very, very noticeable. And the place where it's gonna be the most noticeable is huge compression, which you won't experience on road. But you can still experience, like over the small compression, these Fox shocks, the live valve versus the twin tube shocks in the Tremor, live valve does make a difference. And again, the rear end has that more planted, what is this guy doing? The rear end has that more planted feel that the rear end of the Tremor doesn't have because of the leaf springs. You really feel like you're driving this giant tank when you're on the Raptor. I dailied Raptors, and I had a TRX2 that I dailied, so I mean, I spent probably from the end of 2019 until, when did I sell my Raptor? I think I sold my Raptor at the end of 22. So I spent probably close to 3 years driving this style of truck, and gosh, I love the transmission. I don't miss it, to be honest. I mean, I love the I do miss like the high-speed comfort that this has off-road. That's the only thing that I miss from Raptors, is like no other vehicle is as comfortable at high speeds off-road as a Raptor is. But in terms of like around town and parking and all that, I do not miss the size. I do not miss it one bit. So let me know, guys, think comparison-wise. I think that different strokes for different folks, as they say. And when it comes to like pricing, if you're gonna get a fully loaded Tremor, you might as well get a Raptor. But if you're gonna get an entry-level Tremor, then that's where I could see the argument. That's where I could definitely see the argument. But yeah, fully loaded Tremor, it's like you might as well get one of these. Even though, you know, wider, doesn't have as much payload, it's got enough payload, and you get used to the width. You do get used to it, even though it's slightly obnoxious.